Lovers Love, Driving Chronicles, Colliding Conversations.
I figured that out. I thought yelling and cursing and I fuck you, I hate you and shit like that. Then hours later we cool. Hold on. And hours later we cool. I'm thinking like that's a relationship, but it's not a relationship. That only was pretty much. That only was a routine that I always had in a relationship. Like yeah, fuck nah.
Right.
You know, it's not, that's
But
not
once
caring.
you start violating one another, the relationship
That respect is gone.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, like you said, it's the difference
and
between
I wouldn't say that.
feisty and disrespect.
I wouldn't
No,
say
but that's a problem, and I feel like it's a trigger and a trauma response. Like, so you grow up, you in a certain home and environment, certain things are just common to you,
Right.
and you fall for those type of partners. So every relationship you get in, when that stuff happens, it's regular. Like you don't see no flaws.
You're immune to it now.
You're immune to it, so you're like, this is how we supposed to love, because this is how my mother and father loved, or this is how this and this.
Like some people like to fight.
So
Yeah, you've been taught that. That's
So you've been
instilled
taught
in
that,
you.
but it's
You
like,
get somebody, your father was mean. Somebody whipped on you.
Right,
Sometimes it's
right.
sad to say, abused people abuse people. You know what I'm saying? You can get raped, and you rape somebody else. In that horror. Yeah.
Like, you want to be powerful with someone else. It's just the same thing. So it's just like
it's just trauma.
it's trauma, it's relationship trigger.
Yeah, trauma. I feel also it's parent trauma. I feel within the youth and within our
It's
culture.
your inner child.
Yeah, a lot of times we don't have good relationships with our parents, and sometimes you can more or less put that on your child, or it can just make you grow up away. And I feel also within the way our upbringing is more or less in the street, because it's so much a parent can do. So you can't blame the parent, because after a while you go outside, you know they not in charge of having education in the schools. You know they not in charge of having parks. Back in the days it was like what it was PHL or some shit like that.
Yeah.
PAL.
Right.
Kids used to go to the parks, have fun,
And you know what
play,
it is, too?
go outside. Hold on one second. They used to go out and play, and that started a lot of stuff within, I feel, the upbringing, because it takes a village to raise a child, and if it's nothing, no resources or anything outside, I think that play a major role, and you become a monster. If you go outside and you playing, we used to play rock fight. It used to be crazy shit at times. So more or less, the street sort of raise you. You know
But
what
a
I'm saying?
child always come back to what they know from young.
Just like what they say in the
If
Bible.
you teach your child, right, bring a child up and they always come back to what they know. So if you teach your child,
Correct. You instill-
when they
you instill those things in them.
4, 5. If I teach my daughter how to wash dishes, I teach her how to wash clothes. At her age, how to what to pour the detergent at. Do this. I'm gonna be like, she's too young. No, that she's 7, but she's gonna be 17 one day. So she growing up with the, even if she straight
Yeah, you
away
instill
from
that in early.
it's still she gonna come back
Yes,
to that. You
yes,
always
yes.
come back,
And
to
they
what
might
you
not
was
listen right then and
You
there.
always come
but
back
to
to
give
what
you
you
that
was
call.
taught
You know,
when you were young.
I be listening. I just didn't want to tell you.
Somebody speaking from that.
Yeah. Nah, my daughter, she'll hit me. I did it about just like you said. I'm like, you think I don't be listening? I'll be listening.
Right.
Word.
You always
That's- I
come
guess
back
that
to
again,
what
that's that
you was
rebellious
taught when
side.
you're young, you know, and that's the most important thing. We got to teach our kids while they're young. So if we teach them while they're young, they have more understanding while they get grown. Because you're not gonna stay a child your whole age. Just because you grown don't mean you grow up. Your age has changed, not your mental. The mind is more.
Yeah, they always say
grown.
that. Don't act your shoe size.
Right. Just because a person 30 don't mean they 30 mentally. They're 30 in age.
Yeah.
I know a whole bunch of old,
I feel like I'm
grown, young people. You understand what I'm saying? He was born on this country off slavery. We
I don't
understand
care
that.
about what we was born on.
We-
Yeah,
we
that's-
already-
it's
we
irrelevant
can't
now.
keep
We
on-
need to
we can't keep on, like,
We don't have to worry about that. But the injustice that look at the rap music.
The whole
right?
reason why the
Look,
justice system was
the
founded was
rap
on slavery and the
right?
keeping
But the
control.
rap music, right? It's 27 amendments in the Constitution, right? 27 amendments in the Constitution, right? And niggas don't know none of them. Niggas don't know none of the amendments of the Constitution, right? So the rap music was made for us all over the world. You go to Alabama, you go to Philly, you go to Detroit, you go to Chicago, you go to all in Chicago, New York. All niggas act the same. You know why? It was a program. We have to deprogram ourselves to who we really is.
I go for that.
If we don't deprogram ourselves, we never gonna wake up and who we really are. And who we really are is people of love, like you just said.
we're forgiven, we're loving.
Right.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
But that's
Right,
still,
but-
it doesn't even matter like that because
Right.
if you sitting here, you saying okay, like the way we're programmed, the way we're this.
Right.
If the way we're programmed, why are we programmed like this? It's just like we saw a video. I watched a video with Jordan, and the girl was saying like she was basically trying to do a
Right.
reverse racism. Like
Right.
on Uber Eats, you have black-owned businesses. On Netflix, you have
Yeah, I
black-
saw that one.
But it
a
was
lady
just like-
came in and caught her.
and lady
Yeah.
checked her. But my
Mhm.
thing was, yeah, she was pointing out all the reasons, but what was the why? So you sitting here, you point out all the reasons, like, oh yeah, this is this. Like we could say this is racist. Like,
What
okay,
made me really mad with that video, I think that Shorty was like she was black herself, she was
biracial.
Spanish.
Yeah, that's what the girl said. And
Right.
but
I was really mad about that. That's
What
why.
we do with
but the
that?
whole point of it is like
It's on IG.
she, which I'll show you the video. But the
Right.
whole point of it is that why did we have this? Like, why is there 35 percentile that black people have to be get affiliated? Because then she was, first of all, her line was incorrect, but because they wasn't, even if we went to college, we was above the grade level, we was doing this, we wasn't acknowledged.
That's true.
So
This is all
why,
it is.
like, there was people that was just getting in because they aren't work there. They didn't know nothing. They was getting paid internships when everybody who came in black had to go for free. So when you say the 35%, okay, why did that happen? You're sitting here saying, you're pointing out stuff, but why is it a law? Why? So you know
They
what I'm saying?
made it a
So
law to
basically-
keep it back.
No, not to keep it back. It was supposed to like to even the curve, but it didn't even
Got
no
you.
curve. Because at the end of the time, okay, we're just putting you in because if we don't, we're gonna get in trouble.
Hmm.
So it's just like when you say it, like, and that's just the
And
whole
then
point
when,
of.
when they put you in those positions, they don't treat you like you belong there.
Right. And
No,
look,
You,
let's talk
even
about.
if they, whether they treat you like you belong there or not,
But
there's
look.
still people that's in high positions that don't know
It's-
that you either have to train and teach them.
And you
because
know what
don't
it is
know.
too? The lack of
yeah.
education.
That's what they
The lack
don't
of
do.
the
That's
lack
why
of
another
the lack
people-
of knowledge that we understand in the
Murder
ghetto.
falling.
The ghettos is killing each other, right? I know you just said white people killing each other too, right? Rapidly, right? But the ghettos is the lack of knowledge. So the ghettos is lack of education, right? The rap music was playing, and they don't talk about they disrespect women, bitches, hoes, drugs. It was back in the days. It was bad to use drugs. Now lean is good. Lean is the best thing that you can do. Drugs is the
My
best
thing
thing
is
that you can do.
Like, and it's just
And
like
what I'm
we able to look and see.
we
stuff
have to
like-
fool ourselves.
No, but you able
We're
to
not
look and
taking
see
the
from a
fault
black.
on
You able to
ourselves.
look and see from a black perspective, but it's like
Black
it's like when
people
I'm growing
don't
up,
wanna-
when I'm living in another state and I'm around a majority. The majority of the people I'm around is white. They have bad conditions too, but it's just like
Yes.
they can, and they drugs is way harder than ours.
Yes.
They over here
Right.
taking their mother pills because their parents are depressed.
But we
So-
glorify murders. We glorify. I understand what you're saying.
and
I
just
know,
like
I
in
know,
rock, they glorify.
I know.
murders,
Look,
and,
no,
and
look,
then
look.
the
Yeah.
music, they
They
glorify.
got
Yeah.
they got rid of rock.
They got
and hip-hop.
songs, demon.
They got
crazy
rid.
shit.
Look,
Yeah.
they got rid of. That's their culture. That's not our culture. They made us. They culture our culture. And when Martin Luther King said, "Let's join hands with them," he was saying that join hands. We became the oppressive of us. We are our own oppressor. We hate each other more than white people hate us. They in our parks having more fun than us. A little
Was it
kid got
joke?
killed. Look, a
Niggas
little
just-
kid. Look. A
Master
1 year.
sick, I'm sick.
Look, a 1 year old. Look, a 1 year old got killed
Shit.
on Market Garvey in Madison. Y'all remember that?
Mhm.
About a couple months back. Dude was shooting and hit the little 1 year old at 12 o'clock at night. The 1 year old should have been out there. They should have been in the house, right?
Facts.
But listen, we don't even appreciate who we are anymore as a people.
Oh, let me stop that. Hold on. My fault, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
It doesn't matter that kid was outside at 1 o'clock. They
Right.
said that actually when I read about the story, they said that the lady was
Right.
actually
I know his
getting out of
mother.
the
I know his
Uber.
mother.
It was like they heard she was getting out of the Uber or some shit like that.
No. Nah, it was a cookout out there.
So even if it was a cookout,
Yeah.
nobody should be shooting.
But this,
I ain't gonna lie. That
this
kind
is-
of played in my
this is
head
what
and I
I'm-
ain't
This
blurted
is
it
what
out.
I'm saying as us being misleaded. We's misleaded in each other.
I ain't gonna lie. It was in me to say it. I
We
just-
so
I
far
paused.
gone. We so
Why
far
the fuck
gone
is somebody
that we
shooting?
act like
supposed to
we
be outside
gangsters.
whenever you want to be
Yeah,
outside.
Well, I can't-
look,
Shit is
but we
crazy.
so far gone. We so far gone who we is. We characters. We not real gangsters. Gangsters respect kids. Gangsters respect women. They're not gonna shoot when a kid out there or a lady out there. We characters, and we need to come back to
But I
who
just
we
feel
is.
like- I just
We
feel like
not
this is-
really.
and
We
I-
not
I
really
feel like it has
men
a lot to do
because we
with
not
age range.
respecting. Huh?
I feel like it has a lot to do with the age range. Like you could see like knowing some people that's still involved in a life or whatever, it's just like
We don't
these kids
respect
out
each
here,
other.
these kids out here are doing stuff and they don't know the reason behind it. When we grew up and we was around gangsters or whatever in the neighborhood, they see your mother,
Look.
good morning, how you doing?
Right.
Yes.
Bag, they go help.
Yes.
They was respectful.
Yes.
More-
These kids, they think like I'm tough, I'm
So-
not talk, I'm disrespectful.
Sister,
that's not
let me
get my
ask you
respect.
something, right?
But
You
I don't
caught
feel
that.
like it has nothing to do with music. I feel like when they wasn't, I feel like those was the kids that was inside the house, outside the window.
So
They
music-
were seeing stuff that the gangsters was doing, and then when they came
Can I
outside,
ask you
they didn't know
something?
how to be a gangster.
They didn't know the
They don't
rules.
know the rules.
They don't know the
Imitate,
rules.
It was to imitate.
Can
they
I ask
looked up to
everybody?
people, but didn't know the
Can I
background.
ask somebody?
Caught
here?
that.
So rap music don't got nothing to do with our culture.
I feel like definitely. I
So
feel like
rap
any
music
I feel
didn't
like-
destroy our culture.
I don't feel like
I wouldn't
rap
say
music
it
destroyed
It
destroyed.
didn't
You
destroy,
wild.
but I must
I
say,
feel like rap music saved my
What?
life.
I
bro.
must say, it was
They
within you.
glorify
It was,
murder.
but
They
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say a lot.
What?
It's within you as well, my
Wow.
dude. Nothing shouldn't be able to
If
persuade
if you never grew
to
up
go.
with a father in your household, if you never grew up with a father in your household and your mother raised you and she was going to work and you went to the streets and the streets glorify rap music and the nigga that you looked
You
up
can get
to.
caught up. You can get caught up.
And that's
but
all
everybody
of
don't.
us.
No, everybody don't get caught up. You got a Jay-Z. You got a LeBron James.
Jay-Z,
You
LeBron.
got a Iverson.
And I just
Son,
and I
it's
just
within
told
you, your willpower.
I understand
You
what
also
I
got it's
understand.
motherfucking White Rock. It's
No,
all
but I understand what you're
nah.
saying.
A lot of
right?
that is us too. A lot of that
A
is
lot
us,
of
my
it's
dude.
us, but what's
It's-
glorified,
You
right?
can't blame somebody else.
Glorified,
Nah, a lot of that is
no,
us.
Glorified is
To a certain extent.
rap music
Nah.
is glorified. Let me tell you, so rap
Nah,
music.
some of that.
Bruh.
But,
Rap music.
okay, so it's just
Rap
like
music
saved
I'm
my
not
life.
gonna be- I'm not trying to be funny, but it's just like
Wow.
it's like I like Jay-Z. So
They just
it's
promote it more.
Rap
It
music
make you-
destroy our culture. Y'all don't see that?
Nah,
I go along with him in the
I hope you know that. Every rapper.
To an extent, but not destroyed. Nah, it played a role in it, but nah.
Hold on.
Some niggas got, you know how many people made things off of rap,
If
my
a
dude?
brother is lost from the streets of
But not all. Some niggas got help from that shit, my dude.
The way that the tone and the lyrics and the speech that they spoke
Nah,
about be this
not
here, be that.
all.
No, that was not to bring anybody up and
Yeah.
disrespecting and
Nah.
calling women.
That's
out
so
of
crazy.
name.
Motherfucking Jazzy
It's-
Jeff and the Fresh Prince, them niggas was rocking.
It's so
And I'm pretty sure niggas grew up off of that.
But no, but that's
Hold
another.
on, hold on.
But
It's so
then
much
they
for
come
wait.
with decency.
But no, Pop, let me just say this to you.
Everybody
Everybody
I mean,
catch
sometimes-
what they want to catch in fucking songs.
Yeah.
There times where I sat there and I heard Nas say, I went to hell for stuff for Jesus. On one of
Yeah,
their songs.
yeah, that's-
I ain't go out there saying,
Exactly.
F the Catholics.
Some of that shit is
You feel
just
me?
maybe
I
it
be
alters
going that-
what we think right now
Exactly,
because
bro.
they exploit ours more.
Let me ask you
Rock
something,
kids,
right?
people take
No,
drugs
no,
and
forget
rock
about rock.
music.
Forget
and-
about rock. Forget
Okay,
about rock.
okay.
How many
I
rappers
go
died?
with
Look,
you.
look, look, look.
I go along
I know
with
what
you.
I know I can shit with Nas.
How
I ain't go with
many
that type of
rappers?
song.
How many rappers got murdered than rock niggas?
You right.
Let's go. Hold on.
I mean,
How many
yeah,
how many rock
I'm
niggas
along
got
with
murdered?
you, my
No,
man.
no, no. Name them.
Caught that.
Name them. Hold on, brother. Hold
Caught
on.
that.
How many rock
Caught
niggas
that.
got murdered?
Caught that.
King Von just died.
Yeah.
What he glorified?
Yeah.
What King Von glorified?
LL Cool J.
You need
We
to
got
see-
Daz Effects. Love is love, baby. It's some
All
slum.
jokes aside, right? All
Nah,
jokes aside,
I
right?
feel like he right in a way. He right in a way because it was it's always something thrown out there to see if you're gonna fall to it. And I think it is against our culture, and that may have been one of them. But a lot of people, it's different rap music, it's different artists. Some of that shit
was pushed. What's pushed?
Yeah, gangster rap music.
What's
That's
pushed?
the garbage.
You want to
gotta
say rap
bring-
music? You
No,
gotta
let's keep it real as
talk
black
about these
men,
slave
as well.
brands. Talk about those shit.
They push-
These slave
No,
brands,
no,
Gucci,
that's-
Louis,
got
got
a
a
point.
bullshit.
Got a point
All
there.
about that, bro.
all of that is pushed.
You got a
rap
point.
music
It's right.
good.
Look,
It's a
look,
reason why
Clothing line
most
is
popular
pushing
music
rap
is gangster music. Let's be
Look,
honest.
look, right.
That's the most popular.
Right.
It's
So what
so
we
many
have to
genres, but the most popular is
You can ask,
gangster rap.
You
I'm
can
not gonna lie
ask,
to you,
look,
it's not. It's pop. That's a proven fact. It's pop as actually the biggest genre of.
Yeah,
But
I think you
they're-
caught that.
they're
For
not
the
popular
culture,
enough.
for
Rap,
the
I ain't gonna lie to
culture.
you, man.
They're
Rap was
not
not
bringing
bad, man.
nothing
It saved my
so
life.
good
I
to
love
the
music.
table.
I mean, yeah, I feel that way too,
Not
but
saying-
damn,
not saying
that's a
about
good
the
argument.
music. If you're not saying about, we know the truth as black men.
Bro, you
we
want-
know rap
you
music
got
is
will to
fucked
do
up.
better.
We
Yeah.
know that.
I go along with that.
We know rap hip hop is fucked up. We
Oh,
know that.
Nigga, rap is
Listen,
fucked up.
we need to stop justifying that
The
shit.
lyrics is
We need to stop
not-
justifying
it
murder
doesn't-
and drugs
it's
and
not
disrespecting
about-
women.
Oh man.
Fuck
They're
that
not
bitch, fuck that
listening.
hoe, and all this. We need to stop justifying
Love
that.
Driving Chronicles. Come crash with me,
They're
baby.
not
I like
Put your
talking
seat
real
on.
people, right?
It's
I'm
a
real
rough
guy,
one.
right?
They're not speaking positive.
Right.
Seatbelt
It's nothing
on.
positive
It's
in
a
hip-hop
rough
these
one.
days.
No.
It's
I
nothing
don't-
positive.
I don't listen to this.
We
Nah.
all know that. Deep in our
So
heart,
I was chilling
Hold on,
when I
Jay.
was 5 years
Hold on,
old. I
Jay.
realized there was a road at the end. I would
hold
win
on.
like a
WPLS,
boxer.
Hold
No.
Hold on.
Go ahead. WPLS.
Who?
WPLS.
Hip hop, right?
Who
I
you
listen
listen
to
to?
hip hop, right?
But
But
what
I
listen?
listen to old hip hop. I don't listen to that young hip hop.
You
now.
listen to
The young hip hop,
WPLS.
But it's all genres.
more positive. They will be teaching more as what the
But
unity
it's
of
just,
the
it's
children.
just the same. Like if it's positive, they don't. It's what and okay.
That's not
if we
what's
went-
selling.
Okay,
These-
yeah, but that's what I'm gonna say. Like that's what I was gonna go off. It's not gonna sell, and that's where you could go back to the reprogram your own brain because look at artists.
Well,
like,
it depends
look at
how much you
artists like
know.
Lupe
You
Fiasco.
know.
Like,
If
Lupe
you don't
Fiasco
know
is a
nothing
as a
and
rapper,
you
like,
listen
he
to
wouldn't-
something, you
you
think
would
that's
have
the
to
way
catch
it
him.
is.
You would have to catch him on a certain level. Like you would have to just like when he
Bring
said
it
to make
big.
a song, dumb it down. Like
And they
they
talking
couldn't.
to niggas that don't know nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
They couldn't. They couldn't.
He said, and they talking to niggas that don't know
Yeah, but
nothing.
if you
Damn.
if you
It's a good argument,
like
baby.
you say,
Like I wrap it up
If you
on that
talking
one.
to ignorant
Shit.
people, how you gonna teach them and you teaching them ignorant?
yeah, but if
You
in
an
the
ignorant
neighborhood,
nigga
Yeah.
and you listen to somebody
If you
else
in the
ignorant.
They gotta wrap it up on that one, yeah.
you're in
Get
a
outta
neighborhood
here.
where people
This is real
not,
talk.
It's not educated and don't find themselves being wise.
Right.
You don't have to be educated. Just
So
have
if you
common
teach a
sense.
child that never had a father,
Common
that
sense.
never had nothing going
They're
on
not
in their
gonna
life,
see that.
they never gonna see the
They're-
point
they're not
of what's
gonna
going
see
on.
that.
They just gonna see the rapper with big
They're
chains,
not going to see that. That's
money,
what they're going to see.
balance, and they gonna see nothing
If
else
you go,
past
if
that.
you go to a
If we
school
act
right
like
now,
we
but
don't
check
say
it
that.
out.
Yeah, go
Nah,
ahead.
some rap
If
was
you
good.
go
You
to
heard
a
that.
school, if you go to
Nah,
a
you got a
school
point,
right
my dude.
now,
I ain't gonna lie. It's a
and you
real
ask
argument.
the average young person in there,
What you feel, man?
who would he would like to be when he grow up?
What you said?
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
Hey, check it out. You know what he gonna tell you? I want to be a basketball player.
Right.
I want to be a football player.
Rapper.
I want to be a rapper.
Right.
You know,
They don't see nothing else with
this is all
themselves.
that DC.
They don't see nothing else with themselves. You know
This
what?
is what you
Look,
you
look,
go to
look,
high
look,
school.
look,
This is
look,
what you
look,
ask
look.
them.
You
This is what they're
you
gonna
OG,
tell you.
right?
Yeah.
The plan was to destroy the black community, right? Now the black community destroying themselves.
That was
But
another
they've been doing
ploy.
that
And
because
you know what the people don't understand?
They
They
forgot
hate
that-
this shit because they know the truth.
Yeah, but you
People
know,
hate the truth.
when-
When I talk to people about the truth and they hate
Yeah,
that
but
shit
see,
because they
when
know
Roots-
the truth.
when Roots
Nah, I ain't
hurt
saying
their
like it.
heart.
I ain't gonna lie. It's so real.
When
It's so
Roots
real,
came
baby.
on
I ain't gonna
TV.
lie to you, baby. That shit real. Was that a plan? It sound like it. I ain't gonna lie to you, homie.
Yo,
Sound like
the
it.
plan. The plan
It
was
did.
destroy
If I wanted
community.
this a ratio,
They been
did it do
wanted-
more
No,
than
no, no.
good? I would
Right.
say, yeah, it did
We
more
can-
bad
we-
than
we
good.
can go
I love
far.
it though, baby. You gotta listen to this shit and decipher. Be a man. What is
can
what?
go
Who is
This
who?
is
Some of that shit, a little bit of us,
recertification.
baby. But
Right.
he got a fucking point, baby.
This is
I ain't gonna lie to you.
recertification.
Right.
Now, this recertification been going on ever since the Second World War, where history had to go back and get back in place where it was recertification.
Right. Right.
And they're doing the same thing
Now, you just said it. It's the same thing. History repeats itself. The Bible
Right,
speaks to that. I
yes,
ain't bringing
yes.
nothing up in history
I know
or
that.
anything.
I know
But you know
that.
what's going on now? If you don't know, right, and you don't seek knowledge and to learn knowledge, you're never gonna learn knowledge, right? And that's what the kids don't know now. They don't know anything that's going on that they should know that could make them grow, cause they don't know. I got kids, like I always bring it up, right? I got a whole bunch
Right.
of kids from Bedford
There's nothing going on
Stuyvesant
right now.
I got a whole bunch of kids from Bedford
Nothing going on
Stuyvesant.
for the kids like parks, recreation.
Right.
My man's son, he got his recreations, but it's not
Remember-
promoted like it
Look,
used to be.
look, a whole bunch of kids
Fuck.
on the internet, right?
Mhm.
Like grown men typing gangster stuff on the internet. Yeah, I'm gonna kill him. Yeah, I see that nigga. I'm gonna get you to do that. Nigga, you a grown man. Why you typing?
Yeah.
You ain't official.
now. Oh my God.
Grown men don't do none of that. If I see you in the street. It's going down. We see each other.
Mhm.
But you know what happens? We all been brainwashed and they program ourselves. Television program, nigga, they telling you.
Yeah,
been
that's
programmed.
facts with the
Right?
television. Yeah.
Television
It's a lot of
program.
plays.
They tell you you've been programmed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So rappers.
There's a lot of good,
Look,
inspiring movies though.
Look, forget about the movies, right?
Yeah.
Hip hop, right? Was made for who? It reached.
That's our genre. I claim that. That's
look,
black
look.
genre.
Gangsta hip hop is made for who?
Still our genre. It's black. It's black. It's all black.
right.
It really, it's not really.
Trap.
You don't know
trap
too many
hip-hop,
white gangster
look,
songs. I don't
trap
really know.
Trap music is made for who?
It's us. Us.
Gangsta hip hop is made for who? Everything made for us.
That genre is
TikTok,
us.
all TikToks is hip hop.
But how can
Yes.
you go about getting
Genre
mad for
us.
somebody trying to tell their story about what they going through? When I hear people rhyme, they just pretty much telling me what they
No,
what I can
brother.
relate to.
Look,
Definitely.
What I can relate to. It's not telling me to go through those things.
No,
I can relate to that.
if you
hold on.
Got a point.
Wait, y'all gotta hear each other point.
Nah, he got a good point. He said his point already.
Go ahead.
Everybody just keep taking the bad shit out of music. I mean, out of the song. Like Nas got on his first album. Nigga was like, yo, I want
That's the
to
old
have,
hip-hop.
hold on. No, I want to have to go about stuff for Jesus. I want to have stuff for Jesus. Then after that, I'm on Major Look. He was saying how violent niggas with Max and all that. But then after that, he got I know I can't. He got,
Woo!
Black
Be what
Girls-
I wanna be.
He got Black
If
Girls
I work
Lost.
hard for
He got
it.
Black Girls Lost.
Be,
He got this
be.
here, Ultra Black.
But
Like,
what
come
I
on,
was
all
gonna
these
say,
songs
what I
are-
was gonna say
Come on,
with
can't do that.
off the
I'm not
topic of that.
disrespecting hip hop, but hip hop
Look
is
at
garbage.
NWA, bro.
He's
Like,
saying,
look at
it's like
NWA.
you
Yo,
know,
I hate
you know,
rappers.
Hip hop
Now, hold on,
is
let me get
dead.
it. You don't like NWA?
Huh?
You don't like NWA?
Nah.
What? Niggas with an
Hold on
attitude.
for a second.
I hate
You know what?
rappers.
Fuck the
What-
police.
what-
I hate
Hold
rappers.
on.
Fuck
Let
the
me say
community
this. NWA,
up.
bro.
What
And so, let me break it down for this young
Yo,
man.
I hate rappers.
How can you go about saying you're like, you know how much NWA empowered LA?
Yeah.
When she was going, bro,
Yeah, LA was
bro,
right
Yeah.
out
there,
there. Cops.
cops out there
Mm-hmm.
at that point
Yo,
in
I
time.
hate rappers.
Crazy. Crazy.
Rappers is the
I
most
don't
ignorant
see
niggas in
nothing
the
that
world.
they talk or say
That rappers is the most
constructive.
ignorant niggas
They're
in the
not-
world.
They're not even really like you said.
lying,
they're not-
bro.
The rappers is the most ignorant niggas in the world.
I guess this nigga,
I don't
I guess
care
this nigga right
if
here.
rappers getting
this nigga right here
killed
only listen to
100
podcasts. You got-
Rappers getting
getting
killed
killed every
100
day.
miles per hour. They whole message
And half of
is
them
It's
killing
dangerous job.
niggas,
It's a dangerous
doing
job.
drugs and
There
disrespecting
you go.
women.
It's a dangerous job. Somebody got to do.
Yeah, it's
And that's why we still killing each other. My boy just
You caught
shot.
that.
My boy just
Man.
right. My boy
Yeah.
right. Just
Yeah.
got shot the other day, right?
Buckle up. I told you.
He
This
just got
was
shot
a
the
rough
other
one.
day, right? You know why?
Yeah.
see,
Love is love.
rap
Driving
music.
Chronicles.
But what it is,
It's a rough
I just
one.
feel like- I
Buckle
feel
the
like-
fuck up.
It's a
I
funny
understand
like
what you're
you-
saying, brother.
I feel like both of
I
y'all
understand
could-
what you're saying.
I don't even definitely
I understand
Gonna
what you're
get
saying.
crashed.
You know how they celebrate
But
the
you know-
presidency?
you
and they
know
say like,
rap
okay, we
music
chose the
is
lesser of the two
shit.
evils.
Nah,
I
bro,
feel
it's
like
how
when
you
you
take
look
it
at,
though, bro.
I feel like when you look at hip hop or when you look at rap,
Hold on.
I feel like when you look at hip
Hold
hop,
on. What you said, sister?
it's just like how you do lesser of the two evils, right? With the presidency, right? Then everybody was like, we basically still losing. Because this person is racist, blah, blah, blah. They put most of the laws in that affected us. We basically still losing. So if we look at hip hop and rap, and you saying like, all right, basically they teaching people, they ignorant when they starting off, and they teaching people when they ignorant, and they don't have nothing else to fall back on because they don't have that foundation in the home. And what they doing is they listening to their music and they just taking it as life values, and they going outside and they living off this life. Granted, I give you that point.
Right.
But at the same time, if you usually when we was growing up, when we listened to artists, we followed that artist's career. So when that artist came and it's like now we see the Jay-Z's and the Jay-Z is like Jay-Z, it was like when he first came out, disrespectful. Disrespectful, okay.
But he was nice with it though,
He was
I must
nice with
say.
it, but
And to the gangsters, I ain't gonna
He
lie,
was
not
encouraged-
even more or less gangsters, cause I ain't
He
gonna
encouraged-
say
he
everybody I was
encouraged
banging I was
he
with,
encouraged different
but
things,
he
but
was
even-
talking our life.
No.
I
He was
must
talking
say.
about it, but even when
Shit.
he did that transformation,
Yeah.
when he was growing,
Yeah.
there was people that was like, I don't like this. Because it
Right.
wasn't ignorant anymore.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is
50
if
Cent said,
you
I
sitting
gotta put
here-
on glasses to look at his shit.
So if you sitting here and you saying like F hip hop, F rap, what you gotta understand is that a person that don't have nothing is gonna talk about what they don't have and what they want
Yeah.
and what they gotta go out there to go get. But when they reach as they growing, and this is when we need to still keep a contact with them.
Yeah.
When they growing, because now they mental change.
Yeah.
Their environment change.
LL
now they
Cool
talk
J
to
did
her,
it.
but they got- Wait.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
environment
yeah,
changed,
yeah.
and now they got more to offer you.
Mhm.
So I can't say
Rick
I can't
Ross,
sit here and say
another
all right,
one.
All right, yeah, what he's saying is not wrong. Like,
Talking that
he don't have
real
a point.
grown
Yeah,
music.
This you do
Y'all
have a
talking about
point.
retarded rappers and educated rappers.
No, because
We
when they all
talking
came
about
out,
two different rappers.
they all came
Rick
out, they
Ross
were-
been smart. We
When they-
talking about
okay.
young rappers and we talking about educated
but-
rappers.
and at the same
if
time,
you
they-
listen to Rick Ross and you listen
That's-
to a
he
dumb,
doing it.
dumb rapper,
Yeah.
it sounds totally different.
But
His
even-
communication is totally
his
different.
vertical, yeah, his,
Right.
Ross is
his
Right.
vertical, lyrics.
So if
Dang.
you
but
listen
it's
to
just like
a
Nas and stuff
rapper,
like that. But it's just
Nas,
like, it's what
got
you
another
take,
one.
It's just like what you take
But
out of
he
it.
right in a way.
And it's anybody.
Yeah.
Anytime you look at something,
'Cause
we
rap
all-
music got
we
it
can all
too.
read a book and get all
Nah,
different
rappers don't read books.
different stories. It
Niggas
doesn't
don't
matter.
read books.
The whole point
What?
of the
Rappers
whole
don't read
wait,
books.
What kind of rappers you listening to?
George,
Nah,
stop.
rappers
The
don't.
whole
All
point
the
of
rappers
it-
now don't read books. These niggas don't got these.
Now.
These niggas
He's
don't
Nas
got
rest
all the
in
rappers
He's talking about the
now.
rappers
Nas
now.
rest
You
in
don't
peace.
even- you don't even listen to them, so it don't even matter.
All
What
the
the-
You think
rappers
J.
now,
Cole read books?
all the rappers now don't
Hell
read
yeah.
nothing.
J. Cole is a freaking
J. Cole, we're not talking about J.
He's not
Cole.
talking about-
J.
he's talking
Cole
about
is
what's going on
totally
right
different.
now.
J. Cole's not rapping. Kendrick Lamar, they
Yeah.
different rappers.
No, but that's
We
what- but
talking
that's
about
where-
Kendrick
gangster
Lamar.
rappers that already preaching and pushing violence to the community. J. Cole.
You don't think Lil Wayne
never
read
was-
books?
Who
Yes.
Lil Wayne? No, Lil Wayne drug addict. We're not talking about
Nah, I
that.
think you're a little
See,
smart.
Lil Wayne drug addict.
see, you know this dude got
Lil
a
Wayne
degree?
smart.
Wayne, well, Lil
Lil
Wayne,
Wayne
he's
smart.
not smart. Lil, he's smart, but he's a drug addict, right? We're not talking about that. But the whole point is, right?
It's just
You ain't
like
biased, bro.
We talking.
Nah, Lil Wayne smart, but he right.
No,
He-
no,
no,
y'all
no,
niggas lying.
you just gotta
And
understand.
Jimi
you
Hendrix,
gotta-
all these-
you gotta
some of
understand
Lil
that the way
Wayne,
you
are
no,
crazy.
the
Lil
way
Wayne
you
kissing
basically you
that.
gotta be able to.
He kissing the baby.
The way you gotta understand it, it's just like how you look at everything else in life. Everything else is everything white and
Lil
black.
Wayne kissing baby, man. Come on, man. We know that.
Buckle up.
Make sure
It's
he
gonna
kiss-
be a rough
Make
one.
sure he kiss me.
Lovers love
We know
Job
that.
and
Let's keep it
Chronicles.
real. We
Buckle
keep it
up.
all real.
It's gonna be a rough one.
So otherwise,
Right.
what you saying is that
He kissing the man.
Crash
the
dummy.
negativity is
Right.
there.
The negativity is spreading to the community. The negativity.
See, now
What you just said? What you just said? What you just said, Bob? You just said, how could you teach a guy that's negative that don't know nothing about nothing? How could you teach him if you don't know already? You
Love
gotta
him.
reprogram him.
Love him.
You
Each one
gotta
teach one.
reprogram him to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because he don't know what you're talking about. If I tell a
Right.
guy about stock, you know how many guys I told?
Definitely.
I told guys about
Because
stocks.
if you
right?
learn from
I
birth,
said, yo,
ignorance,
I'm
you
gonna
don't
teach
know.
you. They know what they told me.
I just don't.
I don't got.
Because it's like I don't agree. I was a latchkey kid. My mother wasn't home. and I had 2 brothers. My father wasn't in the picture.
But you 1 out of 1,000 sometimes.
It's not even one
That's
out of,
what she is.
But it's not even a 1 out of 1,000. It's just like, it's like, you listen
You're
to
looking at the real life Matilda.
you listening to people, right?
He said
And I can
listen.
listen now. I can listen to anything. I can listen to any music, and believe me, I'm well versed with music. So I'm listening to pop. I can listen to anything, like any kind of music.
Right.
And now my friends may have been more into like Little Kim or whatever, and I can listen to her, and I can feel her music and sing whatever.
Lil'
whatever.
Kim is shit. She's
But
popping
I
some
wasn't
shit.
doing it. And
First
it's just
real.
like, even the guys in my neighborhood, I had friends in my neighborhood listening to the
Damn,
music in
she's talking that
the same neighborhood, like coming out from the same neighborhood, listening to the same music, and we watching freaking movies like Shotas and freaking Scarface all day. Like,
Shota was the shit.
and we not
You wanna
coming.
rock
And
with me?
which one you think affected us more? Shotas? We really want to feel like we gangsters and we can live that life, or music? We listening to music. It depends what lifestyle you are in. We listening to music. You listening to music just to dance and have fun, but that's if you're in that zone.
Yeah.
If you're looking for somebody who needs to give you guidance and you don't have no guidance and you listening to music to get guidance, that's different. So I could say like everybody's saying something about music. I feel like it's not a black and white area. It's a gray area. It's a very gray area. So if I'm listening to this, like I can listen to Pop Smoke, and I love Pop Smoke.
Mhm.
I listen to Pop Smoke like nothing. And
Love is love, baby.
so it's just like I can
R.I.P.
listen to Pop
The
Smoke
king.
and-
He's a young king.
He
God
reminds me-
bless.
he-
Rest his
yeah, he
soul.
reminds me of, like-
Sad, baby. Sad. Hurt you. Damn.
Old rap, whatever.
Even with Fab,
But-
man. Yeah.
But anyway, it's just like you could listen to music and not be a part of that life, and you could watch a show enough. You could how many video games got kids out here killing people? Like so, it's just like you can't sit here and look at one media stream and say this is the reason for everybody getting killed. This is the reason for this. So I feel like everything is not a black and white area. Things are gray. If I don't have a father in my home and I'm hearing about he supposed to buy me sneakers and bracelets, so now I'm looking at older men. No, but if that's something I'm inclined to, what in me, I have to feel that. I have to want to go out there and do that, and that's when I make the decision. So yes, I could listen to that music and like, this
But
is
what if
cute,
your
the
parent
way-
was
But
doing
it
that?
could affect you
What if that's
you listen to it
your parent? You see
enough.
them doing that.
No, because I listened to it, and my mother wasn't home. Like this is not music.
Some
I can
people lost,
listen
but
to.
some people got.
Like, my
Some
mother
people
was-
got.
my
Some
mother
people
was
have
the
no
only-
cards. They not dealt no hand.
My
No
mother
hand
was
at
the-
all.
So
And they
that's
still
what
find a
go
good way
to.
out.
No. They some people don't. Some people do.
And that's what he's saying. Most of the time, that's out there for you to
But
fall.
it's who you are, bro. It's a guy. You got
Yo,
one
and
And
guy, bro.
I had friends that would listen to, and my male friends, listening to hip hop, thug life, gangsters, killers, whatever, and they were still going to school. Oh, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor. And we over here, we freaking 14, and we looking into franchise businesses. And they did both.
Maybe-
and you can do both, and you can be both. You
Maybe
know what I'm
it's
saying?
it's
Like,
time that music
that's
relates to
the
our
difference
story so
environment.
much.
And I feel
it
like
Go
could
ahead.
that's
drive
what
us
I'm
the
saying.
wrong way.
You saying
Was to
you blame-
motivate you. Some people don't have that
So,
environment.
but that wasn't our environment. Our environment, we grew up with thugs. Our
You grew up in
environment,
poverty. Like
our environment,
look
we
at the
grew up
surroundings.
with gangsters. We grew up with
No
people
hand,
that
no
nobody
cards.
would even come in our neighborhood because
Facts.
it was just like, when you come in here, you getting violated. That's the type of when we grew up.
Back
That's
in
how
the